What's up guys, welcome back. Chunk Speeder the tech, so Chunk top all plants, however, again you want to, well, not really plants, right? It was plants back in the old school days, but pretty much the same strategy, Synchro spam all the way featuring Hyper Librarian, and I decided to pick up the deck again because of a couple of reasons. Deck list will be discussed within the next couple of moments, but first of all, Synchro Overtake. It's a new spell card. I'm not really sure how many copies I should main deck. A couple of reasons. I'm already running a little bit over 40 cards, but first of all, it's, you can only activate one Synchro Overtake once per turn, while at the same time, you can reveal like a Synchro monster in your extra deck. Now I play that Berserker, Chunk Berserker. Yeah, this is the one, because that specifically states Chunk Synchron, right? So you could easily either search out your Chunk Synchron, I believe the name is right, to get it to your hand, normal summon and then special summon something from the graveyard, or special summon it to the field. So that's super versatile. I like it, but a couple of reasons why only one, because you can only activate one once per turn, and I want more extenders. The thing is that Synchro Overtake on its own doesn't really set up anything. Okay, it's another searcher for your Chunk. Your Chunk Synchron, that is, but that's it. It's tuning is, no, depends, right? But it depends. Yeah, again, I mean, I wanted to say that tuning was better than Synchro Overtake, but I think Synchro Overdrive. Not really sure. The thing is that this this card again has the capability to special summon, let's say, like your level 3 tuner to the field, and that's cool. It could be an extender, it could be a starter. Let's say normal summon your doppel, and go from there. Chunk Speeder, and like chain block. Chainlink 1 and Chainlink 2 with the double tokens, but the thing is that I'm not sure. Synchro Overtake, it's either, well, I might just play it at 2 maybe. I mean, it's a card that you don't really want to see, you want to see it sometimes, but not all the time, right? That's the thing, and well, like by doing this is your standard opening, right? I mean, I have multiple replays ready, going up against hand traps, multiple decision trees, because that's how it is, right? That's this deck. If your opponent has no interruption, you can pump out this. If your opponent does have the hand trap when you're going first, depends on which hand trap. If it's Gamma, maybe you could chain block with Chunk Speeder and so on. That's an important one, and you could go from there. So this is the first one, and the second kind of new card, I guess, that I have in the main deck is the new Clearwing Dragon. It's a level 10, but I'm not sure if this one, not sure if it's worth it, because you can only make it with one Synchro tuner. I have a couple of the, like those standard Synchro tuners in the extra deck, while the other monster needs to be a clear wing monster, right? Or clear monster, you know what I mean. Currently, I'm running the level 7 one. I think that's decent, but does it justify you kind of quote-unquote sacrificing 2 spots in your extra deck for that, like that new clear wing? Okay, it does have the capability to negate spells and traps, right, from your opponent, so that's strong. It also gains like attack power, that's cool, that's nifty. But I mean, if you saw the side deck, there are other options like the what is it called, the FA Synchro, level 7 one. And that's, a level 7 one, much easier to summon, and basically does the same, right? So, in the long run, I don't think, or I don't feel it's worth it in this particular deck. Even though it's a level 10, right? It does have the capability to negate spells, right, or traps, but Dragster basically does the same, while it's much easier to make. And on top of that, again, it kind of forces you to play that clear, quote-unquote clear Synchro monster, in this case Clearwing, in your extra deck. So you're kind of bypassing on other potential options. As you saw in the extra deck, I also dropped the Satellite Warrior for the Baroness de Fleur, but I guess both have their advantages. Satellite Warrior, again, being like that warrior in the name, could be important because of one of your tuners, right? Like doubling the level, I guess. While on top of that, Baroness de Fleur again has the capability to also negate that Omni negation, can tag itself out if needed. So I might lean towards Baroness a bit more compared to Satellite Warrior, but I feel it's a bit up to you, right? So again, get Clearing out, Crystal Wing as well, Majestic Librarian, and Omega, yeah. I mean, the thing is that the deck definitely has the capability to play around 1 or 2 hand traps. Let's say, like, I have a replay of that ready as well, is that, of course, if your opponent knows how to play against like any chunk speeder dot deck, just keep your negation for chunk speeder, right? And, you know, you can go from there. Just prevent your opponent from going for... You know, that huge special summon from the deck. And that's the thing, you don't want your opponent to get off a chunk speeder and basically give them like 4 to 5 free tuners and let them go for Ancient Fairy Dragon, because again, that's the not Ancient Fairy Dragon, Power Jewel Dragon. That's most of the time their core searches, or one of their basic starters, right? It basically extends their play. So again, I have a replay ready that that kind of shows you, okay, if your opponent does negate your chunk speeders effect, there's still a lot of potential, but the thing is that one of those power play or power cards that could get you back in a duel is Double Warrior, and as you saw in the main deck, I'm currently main decking only 2. Okay, it's searchable off of your, you know, your standard combo with the level 1 Majestic Tuner, you know which one I mean, and the what's it called, the Dragon. You know which one I mean, you know, discard target or a search double, right? The thing is that, okay, it's searchable, but again, as I mentioned before, if your opponent does negate your chunk speeder, how can you recover? You can, but stuff like Double Warrior could definitely help out. I mean, Double Warrior being that, first of all, that, you know, that regular level 2 monster, while at the same time maybe go for Librarian or going for your Excel Synchron, for example, your level 5 Synchro tuner, giving the tokens and maybe, you know, giving you more draws and more extenders to get yourself back in a duel. Going second though, and that's still the problem of the deck, is that probably one of the reasons why you should, you know, make this deck 40 card sharp to make the deck as consistent as possible, while at the same time going second, cards like Forbidden Droplet it's far too important against any monster negation oriented deck, but still it's not... Well, it definitely helps out if you're going second, but still, it's not your holy grail if you're going second. It's not like, oh, if I draw droplets, I can, you know, make sure that I can get off chunk speeder and go from there. No, that's definitely not the case. You have to battle it out against multiple interruptions, and that's still the biggest weakness of this deck. And let's face it, Nibiru is, of course, like a game changer, obviously. You know, Cross-Arc Designator, if we ever get that card or this card, you know, it might be like an instant staple for this. So we get another example going first. Only 1 hand trap. The next one should be, I guess, with chunk speeder negation, should be. But again, but I guess you know that, right? This kind of deck, chunk speeder deck, is like a solitaire deck. You just keep practicing your combos, your decision trees. Should I special summon my tuner from the hand? Yes or no? When to special summon double? Okay, there are some standard combos you can do when uninterrupted, or maybe 1 hand trap. But let's say if your opponent does have like 1, 2 hand traps on, you know, like chunk speed or whatever, then you need to change your place. And yeah, that's something I haven't mentioned yet, is that the Dragon Link package is in the deck, and I think it's not really that standard for this deck, because quick launch, right? That's what I mean with the Dragon Link package. Quick launch for either a regular level 2 monster or a level 1 tuner, so that's flexible. I like that. Small downside though is that it's asking somewhat of, you know, like some main deck space, obviously, while giving you somewhat of a risk of drawing the quote-unquote dead rocket monsters, even though it's not that big of a deal, because again, the deck packs those capabilities, or, you know, those combinations or potential plays to special summon your low level monsters with Fleur Synchron, for example, from your hand to the field. So I guess it's fine, but is it really worth it? That's it, right? So something I might change is drop like that small rocket package for something else that would make the deck like 38, again 2 free spots, maybe another Synchro Overtake. I mean, there are other options in the extra deck, or, you know, like the quote-unquote side deck, even though it's not really a side deck, but That's how it is, right? That's how it is. So Omega hits the board, quick draw. Okay, that's something I haven't mentioned yet, is that there are a couple of options for Synchro Overtake too, you know, like main deck one of your Synchros with Chunk Synchron in their name. I believe in the build yeah, indeed, should be, it was either, I either wanted to go for Chunk Destroyer, the level 8, or any level 7 Chunk Synchron, or Synchro Monster, and I believe I went for Chunk Berserker, I believe the name is, yeah, for that one. So it could be useful, again, because it's level 7, could be for linked upgrading, and well, at the same time, Quick Draw Synchron can make it, so that's cool. Something like Doppel, if I'm not mistaken, giving you the 2 tokens, maybe, you know, making Marcher, and Marcher plus Junk Berserker should be, you know, your level 10 Synchro. So it's cool, it's a nice upgrade, but the thing with it, with the new Clear Wing Monster, is that I don't feel it's worth the 2 extra deck spaces. Well, let me say it like this, in this particular deck, right? Because your extra deck space is tight. And I've been switching around with all of these, you know, like options, and I feel that those 2 spots, those 2 spaces might just be better for, let's say, your level 6 Synchro, your, what's it called, upon Synchro Summon Draw one, your Stardust Warrior, I believe the name is. Maybe, you know, some Synchro upgrades or upgrading, while maybe another level 7 Dragster might be good as well. But I really wanted to try it out to see if it's really worth it, right? But it's like a small hassle as well. Marcher is one of those tuners I need, or Synchro tuners. Free special summon. Marcher is one of those cards that, who knows, might end up on like the Forbidden list because it's so flexible, versatile. Reborn's a tuner itself. But then again, I mean, it's abusable in these kind of decks, right? And it was like a huge problem with Helki and O-Line and so on. But yeah, that's besides the point. But it's a cool deck. It's I mean, if you like go spam out those synchros, a lot of solitaire actually, then this is a deck for you. no disrespect, but it's I mean, feel free to leave suggestions. Obviously, I like the deck. It's cool. I like the concept. Not sure about how many copies I should, you know, play with Synchro Overtake, but again, feedback is always welcome. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lead them out. Peace.